Welcome back with some Sultai Urza Tireless Tracker ThopterSword combo. On the play with a bad hand. If I had a fetch land, it'd be maybe more considerable, but yeah, just one land and it's a bad land. This hand's much more, another one lander, but it's much more acceptable. And I need to hit a lot of land drops. I think I bottomed the Urza here without knowing what I'm playing against. I just have a lot of interaction here. So I'm actually going to bobble, target my opponent. Remand. So probably like a blue-red, blue-moon style deck. So I'm just going to lead off with an Inquisition. Yep, blue-red here. Magmatic Sinkhole, Mystic Sanctuary. I think I just take the Force. And I'll play another bobble. It's probably a fine matchup, but I'm not drawn particularly well. Well, right off the bat. I need lands. Shadow of Doubt. Okay, so I'm playing a Shadow of Doubt mirror here. Land. Well, not exactly a land, but my opponent draws a Shadow of Doubt and plays an island here. So missing a land drop is pretty bad there. Opponent drew a land. Let's Inquisition them again. Putting Remand back on top of their deck. Sure. No, I already knew about the remand. I didn't need to click it there. But they have a remand in their hand. I'm going to draw two here. Unfortunately, that's kind of bad with the Shadow of Doubt in their hand, but I still need to play it anyway. Just need to cycle this. Opponent's commenting how we're a Shadow of Doubt mirror here. They stone rain me, they stone rain both of us. I think I'm fine with that since I have my other land here. Now I'm still holding up my Archmage's Charm. I'm not sure what their win condition is yet. These blue-red decks have a variety. Yep. So just eat a lightning bolt, but gets one more removal spell out of my opponent's hand, and lets me play Urza and hold up Archmage's Charm next turn. With my trigger on the stack, which was important. I didn't want them to magmatic sinkhole my Urza before I get the construct, and then I couldn't Archmage's Charm. So now what I get to do is play Urza, have 3 mana, ooh, even more here. Yeah, that happened. Deprive's going back on top of their deck. Alright, so they're going to have Deprive next turn, so I hope I draw just another land here. Unfortunately for me, there's nothing that I want to Mystic Sanctuary to the top here. That's a good draw. So the other card in their hand is Deprive. I can Archmage's Charm the Force of Negation and they deprive this. I think I just gotta let that happen. It's Mystic Sanctuary and Inquisition, put it on top, crack a clue, and cast Inquisition, targeting my opponent. Maybe I can get the Deprive out of their hand. Or at least, like, gain a little bit of leeway here. Yep. So put Deprive on top, unless they have a draw spell. That's what they're kind of stuck with here. What I'm hoping is that I'm slowly running my opponent out of answers. That stunk. And that means they have Deprive back in their hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Yeah, just play that tapped. I really needed that mana. Okay. Two, three, 4. I think I jam Urza here. Okay. Here's our magmatic sinkhole, which I counter. And I'll pass the turn here. Finally put a threat in play. Now what they get to do is play the Mystic Sanctuary, pick up the magmatic sinkhole, and with any cantrip, I'm in trouble. Or if they just have two, which I get opt. Okay, so just going to flip thing in the ice. That's their game plan here. It's been a really interesting match so far. So they'll flip thing in the ice, and that was actually a terrible, terrible thing for me. Because I lost an Urza, effectively. Two cards in hand, the opt was a bottom. So I just need to jam Urza here. Snap Deprive, and that's lethal. Alright. What's good here? I think Veil of Summer is pretty good. Spellbomb's pretty good here. Assassin's Trophy's extra removal, which I might not need. Red or green, not even relevant. Ashiok could be interesting here. Fatal Push, its thing in the ice. So Blue Moon generally has a few different win conditions. It's either just Jace, just hard control, thing in the ice, Breach, or Kiki Jiki. There's another one which is, actually the fifth one is an 8 artifact. It costs 4, you flip your deck until you get to an artifact, lose life. Then there's an 8 for an 8/8, your life total can't change. Whatever that card combo is, that's the fifth one. Blue Moon sometimes runs. I think that's the weakest of the group right now. Piling Needle seems bad in this particular matchup. I didn't see a Jace. Shadow Dow's pretty bad post board here. And War of Invention's a little bit weaker with all their Shadow Doubts. I think I might do this here. Okay. This hand's pretty bad, actually. 3 Fatal Pushes against a Thing in the Ice deck is not where I want to be. This hand's a little bit better because at least I'm hitting my land drops. Now turn 2 Thopter Foundry here and try to set up a turn 4 kill. I assume they're going to not have Blood Moon in against me. But I am going to shock here just to get the green mana requirement out of the way. No force negation. Opponent's playing around my potential shadow. Never mind, they're shadowing me. I did not expect them to keep that in. That's gonna crush me here. Not looking good here, getting out-controlled. That Shadow of Doubt line was pretty sweet for my opponent. 1, 2, 3. Honestly, I think my line is to War of Invention for sword and then cast Urza. If they counter the War, then they're not countering the Urza. I guess it makes sense for them to keep in Shadow of Doubt against me because it doesn't just hit fetch lands, it hits War too. Mystic Sanctuary, pick up Shadow of Doubt, pick up Flusterstorm, opt, keep it on top. So snap, Shadow of Doubt. Alright. Yep. Okay, so opponent has Flusterstorm in hand. Yeah, I think I have to let this happen. I should attack with the construct there. I just feel like it doesn't matter. They're going to flip this thing. I'm going to crack a clue. Yep. Well, it's 6 cards in hand and a lot of mana up. Apparently they have nothing though if they're going to snap Serum Visions here. Yep, I'm fine with that. One top, one bottom. I wonder what I draw. Can I do everything? Tracker. Yes, I can. Tracker. Fetch land. Mystic Sanctuary. Hold priority there. Yep. Unfortunately, I have to block here with Tracker. If my opponent has a removal spell, I just die. Alright. Good games, opponent. So they swing, and I lose. Good games. I got heavily outmaneuvered there. I'll see you in the next one.